Hi everyone, it's Little Blue and you're listening to my podcast, aka Little Blue, on the 3rd of January. And today we've taken to the hills. Baby Blue, myself and my parents, we all went up to Box Hill in Surrey and had a lovely afternoon walk in the sunshine. It was beautiful weather as well. It wasn't too cold. We did have coats and hats and stuff on, but it wasn't actually that cold. There were loads of songbirds out and we even saw a vole because the voles are nesting right next to where the cafe and the little hut area where the National Trust membership table is. And it was absolutely wonderful to watch and I got some lovely pictures. But yeah, absolutely glorious weather, but incredibly muddy. We got absolutely caked in mud, but I was very good. I did my planning, my New Year's resolution, and I put Baby Blue in what they call a puddle suit. If you don't know what that is, basically imagine a pack-a-mac that's a onesie and it's got a hood as well. So it's literally head to toe covered in like a rain mac. So she could just go mad in the mud, basically. And at one point she was literally rolling on a muddy hill and she got absolutely caked in it. But she was fine. She was completely and utterly clean. She was the cleanest out of the lot of us, actually, when we all got in the car. But it was a lovely, lovely day. And I mean, if you're ever in this area, in the sort of Dorking, Mickleham area, which is where Box Hill is, it's the most beautiful views and the most lovely woodland walks. It's managed by National Trust, so there is a cafe here, there's toilets, there's a little gift shop, and yeah, it's very well maintained. And there's a lovely nature trail for children, which as you walk along it, they've made play structures, I think that's the best way to describe it, out of natural resources. So there's rope swings and there's assault courses and there's a seesaw that's made out of a fallen tree, little walkways that they can walk on, climbing frames and things like that. But every single part of it is used with materials from the woodlands. And it's fantastic. And you'll find it a lot in National Trust places now and nature reserves alike. And Baby Blue loves it, which is it's kind of the reason I went up there today, because we've been stuck at home for a few days now, or just popping into town, not really doing anything too fun. And I thought that's the perfect place for her just to let off steam and just get muddy. And yeah, she loved it. She fell asleep. She had a bit of a paddy in the cafe. And then she literally just climbed on me and fell asleep. I was like, oh, well, she was tired. That's what that was about. But yeah, after that, she was like a spring chicken. She just woke up and was all happy and very helpful doing the shopping today, which I was very grateful for. Very, very grateful for. Bless her. But yeah, it was good for me too, because if you listen to my podcast, you'll know I started walking in the mornings once I dropped Baby Blue off at preschool, and it was really helping my mental health. It was helping me relax when I had like difficult days ahead of me, and I haven't been able to do it that much over Christmas just because of meeting people and trying to get stuff sorted by the end of the year. And it just gets too much, doesn't it, Christmas? There is so much going on and I just did not have time to get out and go walking. So when Baby Blue gets back to preschool, I know I'm going to be getting back on it, definitely 100%. But so far this is the first one I've done this year, and it was wonderful just to get out in the woods, get some fresh air and exercise. However, I have come back feeling like I've been hit by a ton of bricks, not for the exercise but for the fact I think I'm getting a cold again. It's on my chest too, and when you are asthmatic, that's not fun. So I may not be able to talk tomorrow. It feels that sort of way, and I can feel it sort of rising up inside my sinuses. And fun and games. I was meant to be going out tonight for my friend's birthday, and I couldn't even do that because I just thought, if we're catching something, you don't want our germs for your birthday. So we've stayed in, saved some money, and not had to arrange a babysitter. So it's easier this way, let's say. But yeah, it's just a fantastic thing. And like I keep saying, this time of year, not the best time of year. And I think this sort of week in the year as well, it's quite a confusing time, because although the year has started and quite a lot of people have gone back to work, it's one of those weeks which is like a 1 or 2 day week, especially when Christmas is like on a Wednesday or a Thursday or a Friday. You're like, oh, I'm going back to work and then I've got the weekend off and then I start back properly. And it almost feels like reality doesn't start until that day, like when the kids go back to school, or reality doesn't start until you've got your first full week back at work. Do you know what I mean? It's not, you can't settle until that routine is back into your life. And I think that's where a lot of people are at the moment. And I think it's why I can't, it's like my brain can't make plans at the moment, and I need to, because that's my New Year's resolution. So it was like before Christmas, I was like, oh yeah, well, I'll wait for Christmas and then I can think of that. I can think of New Year's. And then once it's New Year's, now I can think of my plans for this year. And I just need to actually settle down. But I'm still in Christmas mode. It's like my Christmas TV guide hasn't finished yet, so I still feel like it's Christmas, and like people have still got Christmas trees up, so it still feels like it's that Christmas New Year's period, and it's ridiculous, isn't it? Really, because I do need to just give myself a kick up the bum. So for me, getting that exercise, I thought it would like boost my adrenaline and help me get a bit motivated, and it has. But also because I've got this cold, I now feel absolute shit. So it's kind of done the work, but I almost want to get into the pool again and go swimming, or I want to get out and go to a Zumba class, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Firstly, don't have the money to right now, and secondly, Baby Blue's not back at preschool. So once she's back at preschool, I think I am going to do something like that, something physical, something that will just get all the blood flowing and get my brain back on track, because my brain's just gone to mush over Christmas. It's like all the crappy food you eat and all the crappy TV you watch. I just, I'm just in that sort of limbo area, the between Christmas and New Year's limbo. And until I think Baby Blue goes back to preschool, I'm not going to have my brain back on track at all, which I need it to be, because I've got a lot of important things I need to do. But how are you feeling? Are you feeling that sort of drag as well? That little, I don't quite know what day it is. I think it's Friday today. Is it Friday today? Yes, it is. It's Friday today because Greatest Dancer starts tomorrow. Really looking forward to that too. If you listen to my podcast and follow me on Instagram, you'll know I'm a massive Strictly Come Dancing fan. So when The Greatest Dancer started last year, I was like, oh my God, I've now got a new dance show to watch. And I absolutely love it. And you've got Oti Mabuse on there from Strictly anyway. I think it made me fall in love with Oti a little bit more as well, because before I wasn't so keen on her as one of the pros. But now I really love her, and I think she's an incredible dancer. Was never really a Cheryl fan either. She annoyed me a bit, but now really love her. Loved Matthew as well. And then there's a new guy in it who I don't actually know who he is, so I need to do a bit of research. So they've got 4 judges this year, not 3. And if you don't watch the show, basically it's a dance competition, a little bit like The Voice, the sort of setup. But what they do is the dancers will go into like a rehearsal room that's got the dance mirrors on it, and they will do their audition piece. The mirror is a one-way glass, so the people dancing can see themselves, but through the glass you've got the 4 judges plus a whole theatre audience watching them and cheering them on, and each member of the audience has a button, and if they like the dancer and they want them to go through and be on the show, they press their button, and you have to get a certain percentage for the mirrors to drop and for you to then see the judges, get some feedback and go through. It's a really sort of fast track show as well, because a lot of people go through, and then what they do is they look at everybody they've got, and then certain people are selected for each, what do they call them? Like mentor, I think they call them, so each judge. So Oti will have some, Matthew will have some, Cheryl and then the other guy. They'll all have their own little team, and then week by week, like X Factor and all of those things, they then do a performance, and then a certain amount of people will go each week. It's fantastic. It is a really wonderful show, and if you're a fan of dance like me, it can be very moving and it can be very inspirational, and I just love it. I can't wait for it to go. I'm not really like an X Factor person or Britain's Got Talent. I don't really watch them. I don't watch the Jungle programme. But when it comes to dance shows, I'm usually there. I do like The Voice, though I don't think I watched it last year. but I've got a feeling that's about to start as well. I do like The Voice, just because I love Will.i.am. He cracks me up. So yeah, I'll probably be watching The Voice again soon, but I don't know. Who knows? Let's see. And so I've gone off complete tangent. So yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to that. So I think when you're in this limbo state, that's what you need to do. That's where I was going with this. You need to find things to look forward to. You need to find, even if it's a little thing, like a TV program, because that will help ground you. And you think, oh, tomorrow is Saturday because I'm watching The Greatest Dancer, and that's on a Saturday. Or Doctor Who started. So that starts on, I think that starts on the 6th. Am I right? That doesn't start this week, it starts next week. Although I did, oh my God, I watched it last night, the one that was on. Oh my God, it's so good, it's so good. No spoilers, but yeah, I do love Doctor Who. And so yeah, Doctor Who's starting again. A lot of good programmes starting again. So then I can get my bearings with the TV that's on in the evenings. Sounds ridiculous, but it will help you get out of limbo, if that makes any sense to anyone. And then obviously if you've got kids, when the kids go back to school, it sort of starts to settle down a bit if you've got a job. But the problem with my job is I organise my time. So it could be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and I might not work because there was no work to do. So although it's a weekday, I don't really have that, oh, I've got to get up, go to work, come home sort of routine. So I need to make a routine for myself. So I used to do like play groups with Baby Blue or things like that. So on a Friday, I tend to meet up with my friend Kerry. Hi, Kerry, if you're listening. We go for a walk. Wednesdays, I go for a walk in the morning before Baby Blue. And then I tend to have an appointment with my outreach. However, my outreach case has been closed. It was closed just before Christmas, which in itself is quite a scary thing because you do feel like you've lost your safety blanket. But in another respect, it means that I have grown and that they feel I am ready to do this on my own. And I think they're right. I think in a way I'd got to a stage where I was getting too reliant on them and I was treating them too much like a counselling service, I think. And it's given me a kick up the bum, not having that thing where I'm not going to see them, giving me a real big kick up the bum. And what they've said to me was, look, we're closing your case, but should you feel like you need us again, we're here. It's that simple, which is in itself a wonderful thing. And also they have got, I've forgotten about this, they have got a new thing starting. It's a craft session on a Monday. And basically it's, or I think it might be I can't remember. It's one day a week. And basically it's a craft session, but it's not for kids. It's for the parents. And you go along and you just do crafts. And they have a creche. So if you do need to bring kids along, the kids go in the creche. And it gives you adult time where you can actually just sit and do the crafts. Not doing them with your child, which is wonderful. But it gives you the chance to be creative. It gives you the chance to be with other parents. It gives you the chance to be you. I can be Claire again, not just Baby Blue's mum. And yeah, so that's another thing I've got to look forward to, and that's something that will be scheduled in and make me feel a bit less limbo like. So that's my advice for you today. It's, if you are feeling this limbo that everybody seems to be getting and you can't settle until that routine has started, what you can do is plan your day by simple things like TV, like a small hobby, like, I don't know, make Thursdays the day that you indulge yourself, have an indulgence day, or maybe Friday is the day you go out for a walk or you go to the gym or whatever. Find little things to create your own routine, especially if you're self-employed or you're like me, you manage your own time. Just, find a way to give yourself a routine, because I think that will really pull us all out of that limbo state and really help our mental health and well-being. Anyway, time to end the podcast. Hope you have had a really good day today and you're looking forward to the weekend and all the good TV that's going to be on, because I am. That's what I'm looking forward to, as sad as it sounds. Anyway, take care of yourselves and I will see you all tomorrow for another podcast. Bye, everyone.